The sun was bleeding into the horizon, casting a warm, amber glow across the endless Texas plains. Caleb Hargrove stood on the weathered porch of his ranch house, his boots scuffing against the splintered wood as he surveyed the land he'd carved out over the past decade. The air was thick with the scent of dust and sage, and the lowing of his cattle drifted faintly from the pastures beyond the creek that wound through his property like a silver thread. His hands, calloused and scarred from years of breaking horses and mending fences, rested on the porch rail. At 42, Caleb was a man shaped by the frontier, lean, sun-browned, with eyes that held the quiet weight of someone who'd seen both beauty and brutality in equal measure. The plains stretched out before him, vast and unyielding, a landscape that could swallow a man whole if he wasn't careful. Tonight, though, it wasn't the vastness that caught his attention. It was a flicker of movement near the creek, a shadow that didn't belong. He squinted, his hand instinctively drifting toward the Winchester rifle propped against the rail. The figure was small, stumbling through the tall grass, barely visible in the fading light. Caleb's first thought was danger, raiders, bandits, or worse. The Comanche had been quiet lately, but their presence was a constant shadow over the frontier, their raids swift and merciless. He'd heard stories from other settlers, burned homesteads, stolen livestock, families gone in the night. But as the figure drew closer, he saw it wasn't a warrior or a thief. It was a child, a girl, no more than 12 years old. Her deerskin dress was tattered, hanging loose on her thin frame, and her braided hair was matted with dirt. She moved with the cautious gait of a deer, her eyes wide and darting, her body trembling as if she might collapse at any moment. Caleb's grip on the rifle eased. She wasn't a threat. She was starving. Her cheeks were hollow, her lips cracked, and her eyes held a desperation that made his chest tighten. He'd seen hunger before, on the faces of drifters, on his own reflection during lean winters, but this was different. This was a child, alone, caught in the vastness of a land that didn't forgive weakness. He stepped forward, raising a hand to show he meant no harm. "Hey there, little one," he called, his voice low and steady, the way he'd talk to a skittish colt. "You lost?" The girl froze, her body tensing as if ready to bolt. Her eyes locked onto his, dark and unreadable, but she didn't run. Caleb took another step, moving slow, keeping his hands visible. "You hungry?" he asked, gesturing toward the house where the faint glow of lamplight spilled through the open door. The smell of cornbread and beans wafted out, carried by the evening breeze. The girl's gaze flickered toward the house, and for a moment, he thought she might flee. But then she took a step forward, her bare feet silent on the packed earth, and Caleb felt a strange relief wash over him. He